Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Chris Cavalinas of Midwest Gardening for Health. Now I know it's the middle of January, and looking outside here in southern Illinois, gardening might be the last thing on your mind. But this is actually the perfect time to plan for the season ahead. That's why today, I'm so excited to talk about one of my favorite topics, getting a massive harvest from a small space. Are you tired of pouring time and effort into your vegetable garden only to get disappointing results? It's a common story. What if you could just copy a field-tested plan, a layout that's proven to work right here in the tricky Zone 7 climate? A lot of gardening advice is generic, but our region has its own unique challenges, doesn't it? We've got that intense summer heat and humidity, not to mention those late spring frosts that can sneak up on you and undo all your hard work. It can be so very frustrating. Well, in this video, I'm pulling back the curtain and sharing the exact 4x8 foot vegetable garden layout I would use if I were just starting out with my one garden bed again. This isn't just a list of plants, it's a complete system I've refined over the years. It's specifically designed to beat our region's challenges and deliver a continuous harvest of fresh food all season long. We're talking about crisp salads in the spring, juicy sun-warmed tomatoes in the summer, and hearty root vegetables that will carry you into the fall. And because I want you to succeed, I've made it as easy as possible. There's a free downloadable guide that you can take right out to the garden with you. It has all the details, maps, and schedules we're about to talk about. The link for that is waiting for you in the description below. All right, let's get our hands dirty, figuratively of course, because it is the middle of January. A truly great garden doesn't start with plants. It starts with the foundation. Great soil in the right bed. My entire system is built on a standard 4x8 foot raised bed, and I want to spend a minute on why this specific setup is so effective. First, the dimensions. It's 4 feet wide for a very practical reason. You can easily reach the center from either side. This means you never have to step into the bed, which prevents you from compacting the soil. Compacted soil is a great killer in a garden. It chokes out roots and prevents water and air from getting where they need to go. An 8-foot length gives us enough room for a fantastic variety of crops. The raised part is another key. A raised bed is a huge advantage, especially here in southern Illinois. It warms up significantly faster in the spring, letting you get a jump start on the season. It also guarantees perfect drainage. We can get some heavy rains, and in a traditional garden, that can lead to waterlogged roots and disease. In a raised bed, that excess water just drains away. For bed materials, you have options. Cedar is naturally rot resistant and looks beautiful, though it is an investment. Pine is more budget friendly, but will break down faster unless it is properly treated. Just make sure it's a food safe treatment. Galvanized metal beds are another popular long-lasting option. I recommend a depth of at least 12 inches to give roots of your plants plenty of room to grow deep and strong. Now for the most important part, the soil. Please do not just fill your beautiful new beds with dirt from your yard. That soil is often heavy, full of clay, and low in nutrients. You'll be fighting an uphill battle all season. To create the perfect growing medium, you'll need to think like you're baking a cake. It's all about the recipe. My go-to formula is a simple 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 mix. First 1/3 high-quality screened topsoil. This provides the mineral base for your garden. Next, 1/3 rich organic compost. This is the lifeblood of your garden. It provides slow-release nutrients, feeds beneficial microbial life, and most importantly, holds onto water like a sponge, which is critical during our hot summers. You can use your own homemade compost or buy bagged mushroom compost or leaf mold. Finally, 1/3 aeration. This is the secret ingredient most people forget. Add either perlite or coarse vermiculite. This keeps the soil light and fluffy, preventing compaction and ensuring that oxygen can get to the plant roots. Mix these 3 components together thoroughly. Fill your bed and give it a good deep watering. This foundation is literally 80% of the battle won before you even plant a single seed. Now for the fun part. Here is the exact layout you can copy, designed for maximum efficiency and yield. To orient yourself, imagine the long 8-foot sides of your bed are on the east and west side. This is important for ensuring every plant gets the sunlight it needs. We'll start on the north side of the bed. This is where you'll put your tallest crops so they don't shade out their smaller neighbors. Put up a sturdy trellis along the back. A cattle panel is a fantastic, long-lasting option. It can be arched between beds or set up as a vertical wall. Here, we're going to plant 2 indeterminate tomato plants. Indeterminate simply means they will keep growing and producing fruit all season long, right up until the first frost, unlike determinate varieties that produce their crops all at once. Growing vertically on a trellis is a game changer for saving space. For varieties, you can't go wrong with the super sweet Sun Gold cherry tomatoes. It's a production powerhouse. I also love adding a classic heirloom like a Cherokee Purple for those big delicious slicing tomatoes. As these grow, be sure to prune off the lower suckers to encourage good airflow and focus the plant's energy on fruit production. Just in front of the tomatoes, we'll plant 2 rows of bush beans. They are fantastic producers, they grow fast, and they don't need a trellis, so they won't compete with the tomatoes. Heat-tolerant varieties like Provider or Contender do especially well in our climate. Plant them about 4 inches apart, and you'll be swimming in green beans. Now let's move to the front southern half of the bed. This area gets full sun all day and is perfect for our salads and roots. In the front row, I dedicate a patch to cut and come again greens. This includes things like loose leaf lettuce, spinach, and spicy arugula. The technique is simple. You just shear off what you need for a salad, leaving the base of the plant intact, and it will continue to regrow for another harvest. To ensure a truly endless supply, sow a small patch of new seeds every 2 weeks. For our hot summers, choose heat-tolerant lettuce varieties such as black-seeded Simpson or red sales. Then behind the greens, plant a single row of carrots. Carrots need loose, deep soil to develop properly, which is exactly what we created in our raised bed. If your bed is on the shallower side, choose shorter varieties like Paris Market or Danvers. The key with carrots is to thin them properly once they sprout, giving each root enough space to size up without competition. You could add some radishes with the carrots if you like. Radishes will help mark where you planted the carrots because they germinate quickly and mature before the carrots need the space. Finally, we'll use the corners of the bed for companion planting. Tuck basil plants into the north corners near your tomatoes. It's a classic companion plant said to repel pests like the dreaded tomato hornworm, and many gardeners, myself included, swear it improves the tomato's flavor. Plus, you'll have fresh basil for all your summer dishes. A productive garden bed should never sit empty. As soon as one crop is finished, another should be ready to take its place. This is called succession planting, and it's the secret to a harvest that lasts from early spring all the way through fall. Here's a simple schedule tailored to our Zone 7 here in Southern Illinois. Early spring, which is mid-March to early April, our last average frost date in this part of Illinois is around mid-April. But many crops can go in much earlier, as soon as you can work the soil, meaning it's not a soggy mess. At that time, it's time to start planting your cool season crops. This is when you'll direct sow your spinach, radishes, arugula, and carrots, according to the layout. You can also plant peas along the trellis. They'll be harvested long before the tomatoes need the space. Late spring, which is late April to mid-May, after our danger of frost has passed, it's time for the main event. This is when you'll carefully transplant your 2 tomato seedlings and plant your basil in the corners. You'll also direct sow your bush bean seeds. The soil is warm and these heat-loving plants will take off quickly. Summer and fall, so July through October, the work doesn't stop once things are planted. As you harvest your early crops, you'll be left with open space. So don't let that space go to waste. In July, after the peas are done, you can plant another succession of bush beans for a late summer harvest. Then, as the intense heat of August begins to wane, it's time to think about fall. This is when you can sow more carrots, beets, and another round of spinach and lettuce for a delicious fall harvest. These crops love the cooling temperatures of autumn. Finally, after you've cleaned out your beds in October, there's one last task. Plant your garlic for next year. Planting in the fall is essential because garlic requires a cold period during the winter to trigger it to form bulbs for a summer harvest. A good time to aim for is mid to late October. Cover it with a thick layer of straw mulch and you're already one step ahead for next year's garden. You'll want to plant the garlic in the center row, the outer edge, or the front south corners so you can continue to garden again next spring. Garlic is harvested mid to late summer when the bottom 2 leaves are brown and the top 5 to 6 leaves are still green. And something to note, do not plant your garlic too close to the beans. Garlic is an allium, which can stunt their growth. For this reason, I would recommend the front southern corners. And there you have it, the exact plan I use in my own garden. To make this even easier for you, I've put everything, the layout map, the full plant list with variety suggestions, and the complete succession planting calendar into a single downloadable PDF guide. The link is right at the top of the description. It's completely free and my gift to you. You don't need to be a master gardener to have a basket overflowing with fresh vegetables. You just need a solid, proven plan that works right here in Southern Illinois, Zone 7 climate. This system removes the guesswork. It manages space, sunlight, and time, setting you up for success. So please take this layout, copy it, or tweak it to your own preferences, and get ready for your most productive and delicious season ever. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy gardening. Ta-ta for now, and sending peace, love, and light to you, your garden, and all those you hold dear. It has all the details, maps, and schedules we haven't talked about it yet. It has all the details, maps, and schedules we're talking. Put up a sturdy trellis. Okay. Just in front of the tomatoes, we'll plant 2 rows of bushed beans. This is called succession planting. Growing vertically on the trellis, summer heat and humidity, not to mention those late spring frosts that can spring up on you. With my one, oh my God, why can't I? It warms up specifically. Okay. My entire system is built on a standard 4x8 designed for maximum efficiency. Oh my God. Okay. To orient yourself, imagine the long 8-foot side of your bed is running east to west. Mm-mm.